Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Fucking Easy Food Prep. So today I'm going to make something sweet, and I can't claim, I can't claim this recipe at all. Actually, it's Bo Rutherford's recipe, so I'm bastardizing it a little bit. I'm actually adding a little bit less butter, just to make the macros a bit easier, the fat macro, so it doesn't smash it so much. So this is a caramel oat slice. So it's super easy to make, and let's hope that it turns out now that I've bastardized the recipe. But it has oats. So what I've basically done, it's 200 grams of oats, and I soaked it overnight just to reduce the digestive inhibitors and anti-nutrients, just make it a bit easier to digest. And then I've basically drained it and just let it sit in the colander, and I just popped it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes on 140, or about half an hour maybe, just to dry it out. So you can see it's quite dry, but it doesn't matter because we're going to mix it all together and squash it into that tray. Then we've got 60 grams of desiccated coconut. Look, this is the best brand I've found because it doesn't have any preservatives in it. It's just pure coconut. Then we've got 60 grams of the amazing Laura's favourite butter, the Irish butter, unsalted. And then I've got 100 grams of white sugar. And you can also use honey. And then I've just got a can of condensed milk. And that's going to make the caramel that goes on top. And I'll show you after I make it. I'll put it into my fitness pal and show you. It makes about 14 serves, and it's a great little thing that you could have in the afternoon. The kids will probably love it too, so it has no preservatives. And obviously because we like sugar, like some people are probably going to watch this video and be like, the sugar. But yeah, the sugar's fine. In moderation, obviously, white sugar on top of a balanced, nutrient-rich diet. I've already had my liver this morning, so I'm going to treat myself with some slice. So basically just get all the ingredients except for the condensed milk, melt the butter, and then pour it all in. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees first. Mix it all up, and then we're going to press it into the pan. So I'm just going to do that now. Just mix it together with your hands, and it'll go all doughy like this. So that's perfect. That's the consistency, I think. I hope Bo's watching this, and Bo's a baker, so I'm just a bit of a culinary goddess. Well, not really, more of a kitchen hack. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. So it'll be nice and doughy like this. Do you know actually what would be nice in here is some dried apricots with the coconut. Don't you think? Think that'd be nice, Craig?
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
I might try that next time. Sorry, bro, that's a bit of an alteration to your slice. So then you're just going to put it into the, make sure that put the grease-proof grease-proof paper in there, and then just basically press it out so that it's just fits into the whole pan. I'll just make that a bit nicer with the spoon, but you get the drift, and then whack it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes until it crisps up. And then while that happens, or while that cooks, we're going to make the caramel sauce. So in a pot, I've just taken the can of condensed milk and thrown it in and just whisk it for about 15 minutes until it thickens up. I didn't want to add any extra butter because I want to keep the fat down. Or what you could do with the condensed milk is you can put the can, make sure you don't get the ones with the pop lids though, in a thing of pot of boiling water, and just let it simmer for 3 hours. When you open it up, it'll be full caramel, but I can't be bothered to do that. So you can see that this is quite thick now. So when we're just going to pull the baked oat slice out of the oven, spread that on top, and then put it in for another 15 minutes. Okay, so I've just pulled that out of the oven. I actually cooked it for a bit longer because I like it quite crispy. So that's probably about 20-25 minutes, and we've just got the caramel here. And we are going to just spread that over the top. I'm going to chuck that in for about another 10 minutes and it'll be done. Just pull that out of the oven and let it cool for about half an hour to an hour, and then you can slice it into 16 bits, and then I'm going to show you how to pop it into my fitness pal. So I'm just going to show you how to pop this recipe into MFP, and it turned out really awesome, and the macros are good. So it's not the original recipe that Bo had. It just had so much butter in it that it just smashes your fat macros. And it's not that too much fat's bad for you, too much butter. It's just this excess calories that you don't need. It didn't turn out as quite as amazing as Bo's, but it was still pretty fucking amazing. So just go into MFP. So there's one that I've already actually put in here. So it's super simple. Just go create recipe, enter ingredients manually. So we'll call it Bo's ripoff oat slice, and I cut it into 16 servings, and it was so good. I had it in the afternoon with a glass of milk, and it was so yummy. No, it didn't give me any gas or bloating or anything. So just go add. Do you know what you could add to it too, which would be really nice? Some apricots, dried apricots. I might try that next time. So just go add ingredient. So type in, I just use the Woolworths home brand, or Woolworths. I think they're called rolled oats. I always type grams after because it's hard. Sometimes they come up in cups. We'll see if we've got a grams option. See, it's annoying sometimes they don't have grams. Here we go. Try this one. See if that's got grams. No. Here we go. 30 grams. So I'll just change that to 1 gram and 200. And then we had the organic desiccated coconut. I think that was the macro brand. We'll try that. Here we go. So we had 60 grams. 60 grams, and then we had 100 grams of white sugar. Sugar, white, grams. See if that's got it in grams. Nope. There we go. So 100. And you can just scan it off the packet, but I'm sitting at my desk. Then we had butter. It was the Kerrygold. I think that's what it's called, the Irish butter, unsalted. You could use salted. I just accidentally bought unsalted. Here we go. It's amazing. Laura's favourite. So we had 60 grams of that, and then we had just 1 can of condensed milk. I can't remember what the brand was. I think it's Nestle. I think it had 3. Let's try that condensed milk Nestle. 10. Just can't remember how many bloody grams it had in it. Oh, that's right, it's Carnation. Carnation. Let's just say for shits and giggles it has 325. I think that's it. But you can just scan the can in and just hit the arrow across, and then you can see 191 calories, 8.3 grams of fat, 24.8 grams of carbs, and 3.6 grams of protein. So if you go save, and then what you can do is like today, if we go in and you can add in, go recipes, go slice, have 1 bit, and then I was having it with, I've eaten it all now, but I was having it with a glass of milk in the afternoon or the morning. It's just so yummy. So there you go, nice and easy. Kids will love that too. No shit in it like the store-bought cakes. And if you wanted to, you could even swap the sugar for maple syrup or honey, which would probably be really nice, and like add the apricots in there, which I'll try.